So there's several global. I'm going to talk a bit about how schools primarily, whether they're primary, middle, or high schools, can transition into 21st century education. So so there's several global organizations, reputable global organizations. I mean, there are many, non-global organizations or regional organizations or local organizations in a country that are trying to do, genuinely trying to do a lot towards putting in their bits about, you know, what is 21st century education? How do I transition it meaningfully? How do I go beyond the jargon? That kind of thing. So in such things, it's very important to sort of zoom into the evidence based the organizations that work with evidence based research. So that you're aligned with the a credible stuff, basically. So I would say, organizations like the OECD, the UNESCO, another organization which sort of really led the movement in the US, Partnership for 21st Century Skills, now called the Battle for Creds. uh, then there is the Brookings Institute. I mean, there is the Asia Society, there is the Asia Foundation, so on and so forth. There are many such organizations that are involved, that have put a lot of money and a lot of research and thought behind, uh, not just what a 21st century education is, but now even practically how to transition to it. So one of the things that comes up in those transitions is the need to. I mean, if you're going to talk about how to try that let's say your aspiration is to have a school which is good at delivering and enabling and ensuring 21st century skills. And if you were to sort of broadly aggregate them to four or five, say the four C's, and then which is critical thinking, creative thinking, or creativity, communication, and collaboration. And then some measure, there's another one that people add, which is about self-regulation or metacognition or independent learning, whatever you want to call it, that kind of thing. So even when you're transitioning, the people who are helping, the leaders, including the teachers, need to actually demonstrate those skills as they work out their plans on in how to transition. So you need to how to transition to a 21st century education model or models. um, so as an example, I mean, what kind of creativity and critical thinking went into lesson planning for a new 21st century type curriculum based course, which is, say, enterprise, or which teaches environmental literacy, you know? So, how are teachers actually being creative and critical thinkers when they do that? How are they collaborating? How are they communicating? Are they using 21st century tools to do that? you know so it's it's not to belabor the point, but it is really partially about, put your money where your mouth is, and use those skills. But so it puts the ball back in the court of the people who are advocating for this. How are you demonstrating those four C's and the self-regulation and so on and so forth in enabling this wonderful institution that you aspire to have? So I think that's an important part.